Yeah, throughout the years, different Star Trek actors have sang a song or two on screen, Data in Nemesis, which I didn't like. Cisco in Deep Space Nine with is it Vic Fontaine? Yeah. The best is yet to come. Probably one of the best examples of on-screen Star Trek singing there is. And you have Girardi singing some Pat Benatar. And I
Yeah.
don't know what to think about that. I was just stone faced. I was just like, okay, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. She's
Um.
great singer though. I mean, she's got a voice. It's clearly her. People were debating whether it was her or not. Like it
Yeah,
sounds
it's
like,
her. It's
yeah.
her. I look as a song and dance man. For some reason, when Girardi started singing, I was like, "Really? Are we gonna do?" So I just put it on mute, and I counted the seconds until she stopped singing
So you actually didn't hear it.
because I heard some of it, but I was like,
Well,
you
you're
know
in
what? I
luck
don't
because I'm
need
gonna play it right now. No.
it. No. I was like, no, I heard some of it, but I was like, I don't know if I was in a bad mood. I'm like, I don't need this right now. I think I was just really disappointed with the episode, and that was the last straw. I was like, enough. Um,
Enough, and we're gonna get into that on tonight's episode of Boatrek Live. Now I'm going to give you the floor. You tell us. Okay, first of all, I just want to set up what the episode is about. The whole point of the episode is Picard has to get into a pre-launch gala to make his ancestor feel good about herself because Q is an abusive therapist that's making her want to quit and drink a lot. That is literally the goal, right? But
mhm.
you have so many other things going on in the episode. So, what were your overall thoughts?
I was like, this is ridiculous. I was like, first of all, when I thought they were gonna like crash the party, do something really cool, but they spent half the episode trying to get to this woman, to speak to this woman, and I'm like, that's it. All you people had to do was walk up to this woman and speak to her, and the episode would have been over. I'm like, really? Ugh.
The
You.
time
I
travel
mean,
mechanics of it are so flimsy now anyway. It's almost like,
yeah,
okay, I see the goal is to make her go on the launch and that will
yeah,
save time despite the
yeah,
fact that you're talking
yeah.
about
So
altering the timeline, yet Seven is like interacting with these people. I mean, why are they all there? I mean, shouldn't
no,
it just be Picard? I mean, they need to pay the actors to be in the episode, I guess,
right.
you know.
No, I mean, look, I was like, this was just big a giant waste of time because literally what could have happened was they could have walked into the party. Picard could have walked up to this woman and talked to her within like for 30 seconds and fixed everything, and that would have been done with. Like this episode didn't need to happen. This is so it didn't need to happen. It was like just so unnecessary. And the other thing that really pissed me off was the whole reveal of what the another version of Sung was doing with his daughter. That really pissed me off because I found that really derivative from last season to find out that she is not human or she is another version of this man's daughter. It's the same thing as saying, "Oh, good. What is she going to discover this season? Oh, she's an android. Woo!" Like really?
You think she's an android? Or is it a
Yeah.
genetic? I think she's a clone of somebody. Like
Okay. Okay.
his first daughter probably died, like his actual biological kid,
Okay.
like
Well, a
back in the
clone of
seven,
somebody.
yeah, back in the like 80s or way back. And
Right.
then ever since he's been trying
To
to
build another one,
build an, grow basically.
grow another one. Yeah.
But it's like whatever genetic thing he's doing, it's like the precursor to. It's making the Soon family
Simps.
seem like a bunch of psychopaths. Yeah, it's like the precursor to synths, like just the
Mhm.
controlling of life forms, and it's so weird that
Yeah.
the data. I mean, not data. Sorry, Brent
It's
Spiner.
data. It's data.
Brent Brent Spiner's play. He's ended up playing all of these versions of the same ancestor, and
Yeah.
it's so kind of jokey now, and it just. Akiva Goldsman talked about, we put a Sue in there to have cohesiveness. I'm like,
No, you
dude, do
didn't.
not talk about cohesiveness.
No.
You don't know what that word means, sir. I'm
No.
sorry, but Akiva Goldsman is like, you put it in there for cohesiveness. I'm like,
For
okay,
what?
let's getting ahead of ourselves. Let's just
Okay, go.
backtrack to the whole thing about Picard and I keep saying Laris because I forget I forget the
Laris.
Watcher's name, and
No, I do too. I don't know. I don't know her name.
I don't know. I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to, but I just keep
Try.
blanking out while I'm watching it. I'm like, what's happening?
What?
First of all, I meant to touch on this at the beginning. I forgot. Why is this whole thing been a day? This
I
whole
guess.
fucking season been a day? Okay.
How could you put that together? Just okay, there we go.
Not the whole season, but
Okay, one day.
Starting from episode 3, when they go back in time, they arrive in France in the nighttime, right?
Okay.
And Los Angeles in the morning, I guess.
Okay.
I never worked out the time zones. It seems right to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Then you get episode 4, and that's episode 4 and 5 are the morning and afternoon of that day. It seems.
Right.
I think
right.
I was being tricked, not intentionally, but like going back to France and seeing the nighttime gave the illusions that days were passing, when in fact, no, we've been in the same day since episode 3. It seems if I'm wrong, somebody correct me and point out where I'm wrong there, because what happens in episode 3 is that Rios gets hit on the head because he's not transported properly. He goes to the clinic. Presumably, this is in the morning. Because when Rafi and Seven go in the little encampment, everybody seems to be still sleeping.
Okay.
And then episode 4, it seems like the same morning or the afternoon where Picard says, I got to go find the Watcher, and goes to see Guinan. And then Rafi and Seven are looking for Rios. Rios at this point is locked up now.
Right.
I don't know why I thought it was the day after, but when you look at it, it's like, no, this is all the same day. And then at one point, Picard actually states the date, and we haven't moved from that particular date yet. So the gala is the
night.
The night, and I'm like, holy shit! 3, 4, 5, 6
in one day.
45 some odd minutes of in the same day, and what have we accomplished?
Nothing.
All to get to a young girl to say, feel better about yourself, I guess. See ya. It's like, what the fuck? It's so flimsy.
Like what the hell? Like, okay. I understand that it's important that Picard's ancestor make this flight, right? But
Something
I'm like,
more to the story there's got to be.
No, but I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you telling me that the fate of the future rests on one person? Are you kidding me? Do you know?
I get the concept of one person's singular act can catapult the path of civilization in one direction or another.
Yeah.
Of course, but when you're involved in time travel shenanigans, only caring about the one thing that you think is going to save the future and just saying fuck it to everything else is just. I mean, look at First Contact. I get what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Isn't it not similar to Zephyr and Cochrane? We
Yeah,
have to get this guy who's now disillusioned to make his first warp flight, because it's going to be the path of humanity will be completely different if he doesn't.
Right. But here's the difference between and I acknowledge that this is flimsy as hell. I just want to say that up front.
It sounds like we're arguing, but we're not.
No, we're not. No, we're not arguing. We're agreeing. I think. Here's the difference.
Yes.
I think that First Contact is a much better written movie than these episodes of Picard has been, because First Contact flows and it moves, right? It goes somewhere. This thing has not gone anywhere yet.
It's a
except
snail space.
yeah, except to the future. Uh, uh, yeah. So yeah, I'm like, and the whole thing about about Brent Spiner's character, he doesn't need to be there. It's like, why are you here? What is the purpose of you being here right now? What can you possibly do that is going to stop this woman from making her flight? Oh, okay. So to stop this woman from making her flight, I want to smack Jean-Luc Picard with a car. Why would this woman care about this old man that she met in a party just now
He
getting
meant to
hit by
hit
a
he
car?
meant to hit her,
Yeah,
and
but not. Yeah,
Picard got in the way. Yeah, yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah.
But here's the thing:
Uh,
earlier that day, just hours before the party, I don't know how the newspapers and the online community were so fast about it, and how photographers were at this meeting in episode, what was it, 5, Fly Me to the Moon, where Soong meets with Leah Thompson from Back to the Future and Roshenko dude, and in the
yeah.
hallway for whatever reason with the big desk, and it's like, what is this? And he's talking about, like, he sounds like a crazy person. He sounds like somebody who's he's like my daughter, she has no life. Like, he's just ranting and raving, and these people are just supposed to take him seriously. So he's disgraced. He's fired. They're saying, you're done, buddy. It wasn't enough that he experimented on that. It wasn't enough to get him canceled that he experimented on soldiers. That wasn't enough. It was this rant in the hallway. They were like, "Ah, fuck you! You are crazy. Get out of here. We don't care about your kid or whatever." And here's the funny thing about the daughter. Isn't this daughter supposed to be secret? Why is
I think.
he ranting and raving to people? Wouldn't they be like, Soon, you don't have a daughter. Remember, you did have a daughter like
But she
30
died.
years ago and she died, but you don't have. What are you talking about? That's one issue. The other issue is when she finds out about her father. Like, it's a
She's
sudden revelation to her that he's some kind of mad scientist. It seems like the mad scientist revelation part of Adam Soon is just being like known to the public now. It's kind of been like always under the radar, and now it's like bubbling up to where, okay, now articles are being published saying mad scientist disgraced and whatever. So why the fuck is he at this party? Why is
yeah.
he at this party getting respect? And like, it's like the day you're canceled, it's in the press. Everybody has a mobile device. They even make a point in the episode, which was, I think, pretty cool, about how Picard's like, she looks at her mobile device a lot, and she's like, yeah, we all do that. I was like, that's a good line. And I'm thinking, nobody's like, hey, this Adam Soon guy is crazy,
No.
talking about a daughter that doesn't exist. Oh, and he experimented on soldiers, and he's basically fucking like this obviously terrible fucking dude. And people are like, yes, welcome to the launch
Party.
gala. And like, I'm like, why is he there? Okay, I guess Q manipulated it. You could say that Q did something to fucking like. So what's the deal with Q then?
No, I
Why?
still.
How does he have the power to impersonate a therapist?
If
I don't know.
if Q wants to,
I feel
if
like I'm
Q
going
wants to,
crazy, Marcelo.
no, well, you know what? You know what? You're going crazy, and I'm getting a little frustrated because if Q wanted to stop Renee and he's able to impersonate a therapist, why couldn't he have done it himself? Like, I don't look. The problem that I'm having is I don't understand the need for two things in this season. Number one, I don't understand the need for Brent Spiner. Take him right out. He doesn't need to be here. Number two, I don't understand the need for Soji. Take her right out. She doesn't need to be here. You could have had the same thing happen, but have it be John Delancey. Set him up as the big bad for some particular reason.
The, there is. I know what you're saying about how like he. They could have done something different. He needs to be there from the story that they're telling because he's a part
Yeah.
of that Confederation future. But
Right,
it's
right, right,
like
right.
falling back on the Soon thing, and you want to give Brent Spiner work. I get it. It's like,
Yeah, I get
but
it.
fans
No,
take it as like a thing. But he is such a
I,
despicable fucking shitty character, man. It's like no
yeah, in this
redeeming
episode,
qualities
yeah, enough.
whatsoever. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like the yeah, and the other thing is that I don't understand why the story felt the need to make Picard unconscious and make him like fall into his memories or something. They would have I would have come up with a better way of addressing his memories. You didn't have to knock him out and make him unconscious. The only reason that they did that is because they want to go back to this stupid fucking clinic where Rios met this woman who serves no purpose. Throw out the goddamn window too. She doesn't need to be there. Why?
I take it you didn't like the episode.
No, I didn't.
No, well, actually, you know what? I like her character. I mean, she's a sweet little addition. I mean, it's like the noble cause of
Yeah.
helping people who literally can't go anywhere else. Like
Right.
you don't have the ID or whatever, and you're
You don't have
not.
insurance.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's like it's reminds me of I think it's Catherine from Part 4. It's like you need the the hero,
Yeah,
the
the
human
human
hero
hero.
of the story in all
Right.
the darkness. Because back in the
Right.
'80s, it was like, oh, whales, and but there was
Whales
something
and
more bubbly and more like vibrant about the time travel story there. Now it's a lot of everything's bad and sucks and shit and fuck
everything's
and
bad. Everything's
like
bad and
I don't
shit and
feel good when
fucking.
I watch this stuff. Am I literally abusing myself?
No,
Because it's
I don't.
Trek and it's Jean-Luc Picard. Like, I got to
No,
watch it, man.
I
It's
mean,
cute,
okay,
man. What the fuck?
okay.
He's not
Look.
there though.
Yeah,
He's
okay,
there in
look.
spirit.
Okay, look. I clearly didn't like this episode, but there are a lot of things that I like about this season. But I feel that the last two or three episodes have been doing absolutely nothing to move the story forward. Like we're in episode 6 and we don't know what the fuck we don't know what the fuck is going on. We don't know where the fuck we're going. This is the problem. Huh?
Here's what I can glean from what what's happened to Q. For whatever reason, he's back in time, and the part where he's sowing doubt in the girl's mind, he's just actually talking, but she's reading the book.
Mm-hmm.
That's supposed to him being like using his conjuring abilities to sow doubt in her mind. I think that's what he
Right.
was doing. And then
Right.
he found out like, oh, I don't have that ability now. So I think he like killed a therapist, you know, took over his life or whatever. He found somebody who looks kind of like him, who happened to be her therapist. Like, where's the continuity in that? We should be like, one day she comes in, he's like, "Hello, I am a different therapist for no reason." Oh, what happened to my other doctor? We've been talking for months. Oh, don't worry
Oh,
about him. It's
he
like
died. Yeah.
there's so many like when you really think about what the fuck Q's been up to. It's like, are they ever gonna touch on that, or is like, I think they just said this is a Q who's basically human, kinda. He can hack. So if he doesn't have his powers, he's a hacker. He's a chemist. So he's an actual like super genius as a person, which doesn't jive with when he was human in Next Generation when he was a complete fucking buffoon and weakling and just coward. But so I don't know about that. And the frustrating thing about the story not moving along, like you're saying,
Yeah.
is that we keep getting these fucking flashes since episode 1, by the way,
And what are we doing?
of of Mother Picard. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it people were like, okay, it's the father doing something to her, and the more you see it, the more you, it's like people are being held back, people are running. Her foot falls in a fucking and through the floor, and she trips, and now we're getting to a point where we're seeing a little bit more, and now we're seeing like this tall man, bald, completely pale white with like dark lips, who looks like a Borg without implants
Implants.
from like season 1 of Next Generation or something. No, season 2,
Right.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so what the fuck? And it's
Yeah.
like, why keep
Why?
doing this to your audience? And they, you know what they think? They think they're being fucking cute. And
No,
like,
they're not.
oh, the audience is going, we're gonna keep showing the flash, like, you know, the animation or whatever the fuck it was in season 1, where they're like, We're
Yeah.
going to keep
Yeah.
showing you flashes of stutter
Mm.
shock image mixed with rotting fox and maggots,
Mm.
mixed with. And then it started getting to a point where it's like, now we're going to include shots of Romulan
People.
women blowing their brains out, smashing their fucking heads in with rocks, clawing the flesh off of their face,
Uh,
and they keep showing this over and over again. And it's like, none of this.
no.
By the time we figure out what's going on, I'm so
None of it will
fucking
make sense.
irritated by the tease that the revelation just means absolutely fucking nothing to me.
Nothing.
So
No, but
like,
like,
get to. They're gonna go in his head
get
at next episode. They better get to it,
get to the point. Yeah,
or
get to the.
I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter
With just like,
to my local congressman.
No, but I think you know what? I think you're right. When they go in his head, they better get to it because they need to get to this bullshit. Like, guys, come on, let's go
How
here.
could the show be this bad? I mean, I didn't think. I
I
thought
mean,
you
it's
might.
not. I mean, look,
You have a more positive view. I admit that. Yeah.
yeah, like I've said, I pretty much liked. I've liked where the show has gone. If you take out these last 3 episodes, you think it's all doom and gloom. So, I would just say, if I'm quoting you right, I will just say that if it didn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. But I do acknowledge that these last 3 episodes or whatever they've been haven't helped your case to think, oh, this is going to be good at the end.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a slog. What do
yeah,
you think
no,
about
I'm
the
like,
Boar Queen and her? Okay, for one
oh,
thing,
Gerard,
Girardi should not be able to break out of the cuffs. I mean, that's completely
I
unless she has
did.
like actual nanotech in her wrist to strengthen her
Mhm.
wrist or something. But yeah, I don't know.
I I did like the interactions. That's the one thing I liked about this episode. I did like the interactions between Girardi and the Boar Queen in her consciousness. And I bought how after having the nanotechs injected in her skin, she could do that. But then again, I don't know how it's going to end. I don't know how the Boar Queen is going to get Girardi to do something for her that she doesn't necessarily want to do, because that's what's going to happen. Like, like we all know it's going to happen. It's just a question of how it's going to happen.
They made a big
Um,
deal about the tower in episode 3. Like it's the highest height. Maybe she wants to go to the tower. Somebody said she wants to assimilate the city. I didn't say this. Somebody else said it. Like
okay.
I'm like, wouldn't that be a clusterfuck? How do you work
Mm.
that out? And you know,
Well, they'll figure it out. Fuck. God.
what did you
They'll
think of this?
figure it
What did you think of this thing where they keep flashing back, like literally every commercial break? In terms of,
True.
it's not. If you watch without ads, it wouldn't matter. But every time it does this break, it cuts to 34 minutes earlier, 22 minutes earlier, and they keep showing you the
Yeah.
flash forward of Picard,
Yeah.
and you're like,
It's
okay, you only needed to do that once, right?
yeah, one time. Yeah.
Like you don't need to keep. Oh, I didn't forget. I'm not fucking.
No.
You don't need to. I'm not. I felt like I literally said
Fucking
out loud. I'm
stupid.
like, Jesus, I'm not fucking stupid. I know. Oh, again. Oh, he gets hit by a car, does he? Because I could have fallen asleep and not
That
known.
was stupid. I don't
And there was a risk of that, by the way. There was a risk of me falling asleep.
yeah. I have Paramount Plus without ads, so for me it went right through. But I was
How
so
did they? What pills are they? What amount of Ambien are they taking? Where they're like, this is, yeah, guys, this fucking works. You
no,
see this? It makes so much sense.
no, it
And they would
doesn't. It
let
makes
the
no
creators will let
sense.
like Akiva Goldsman will literally like he's good because he'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, it's destiny and like
No,
they have this
no.
concept of
This
destiny in the
sucks.
show is like we can listen.
Ugh.
It's nothing new. I'm not
No, it's
saying like
not.
this is a new thing. I'm just saying the audiences are more sophisticated now. They've evolved. So when you keep going back in these like tired old tropes that people make fun of now is like so stupid. Like
No, but
you can do some time travel fucking shenanigans and shit. You can do all kinds of far out fucking shit, but
look.
cohesion, you need that.
Screw cohesion just for a second.
We're such
Like,
haters.
Well, we're
I gotta
pissed.
drink
So
some. Excuse me, I have to drink some more Haterade.
it's okay. We're pissed. So it's gonna come off the table.
I'm so angry.
We're pissed. No, but the thing is, like, I don't understand why they didn't make John Delancey a bigger part of this whole thing, because they they balanced this whole thing on John Delancey's shoulders as Q. So why don't you have him as the villain of this season? That would have been great.
Do you think he gets paid for when they flash back to what he already filmed from 2 episodes ago?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay, and Elnor, by the way, they got to give him some acting time. So they keep
I
doing
don't
this
care.
thing where
I don't fucking care.
she keeps seeing him and just like,
He can die. I don't give a shit about Eleanor. I don't care about Legolas. I really don't care.
so it seems Rios now with before he was kind of like, well, this place sucks with the injustices and whatnot, but he's like hot for the doctor now.
Oh yeah.
And I think they're set. I'm not sure. I think they're setting up like him wanting to stay by the end.
That's
and I don't think he will, but I think it will be close, and it'll be like this tearful goodbye of like, I've only known you for 48 hours, but we're in love now. And it's like,
you know what? The thing that made it worse for you, I think, is that you took the time to figure out the actual time between the episodes.
I could be wrong, but it seems like it's all just been one day. Yeah.
If you didn't try to do that, like if you didn't think that closely into it, well fuck it, you probably would have still hated it, but I'm still
I don't see many shows at all, or any. I can't think of any off the top of my head that have taken
this long,
3-4 days. You know what? You know the only other shows that ever do that are soap operas.
Oh yeah.
And actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, this is what I'm fucking watching. It feels like I'm watching like a telenovela or a soap opera or something where it's there's no reality. It's kind of like very surface level emotional crap that I don't care about. And this is Star Trek, by the way, and I don't mind that they're going back to modern day. You can do a lot of cool things there, but you're spending so much time getting like an inch in the story, and it's like
an inch in the story. What are you doing? Fuck.
Like, fuck this. Now I should stop watching it and just wait for the next 4 episodes.
No, I mean, I appreciate hearing your rage as we talk about the show every week. So please don't do that.
It's not indicative of the franchise. I mean, I like Lower Decks and Prodigy, and you know what? Looking back in Discovery season 4,
this is
it compares so much better in quality.
Yeah,
just overall quality than this fucking shit does. I mean,
It's
what were they thinking? That's what I keep thinking. What were they thinking?
No, I will say this though. When it comes down to the look, and you're gonna,
I'm trying to think positive thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna think I'm insane with the last with the last 3 episodes that we've seen so far, but
yeah.
I really like the storytelling at the beginning of Star Trek Picard season 2.
The first episode is fucking amazing.
Yeah, the first 2 or the first
3.
Three.
It to me it drops off slightly in quality from from 1 is awesome, 2 is good, and 3 was like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, okay.
It's like we're getting somewhere. And then you think it's gonna go somewhere, and then it's like, oh no. Oh no, it's not going anywhere. Oh, it's not going anywhere. Oh, now we're fucked.
So
the precipitous drop off in quality is astounding.
Yeah, I think but I also would like to note.
But expected. Sorry.
Yeah, I also would like to note that Akiva Goldsman and Terry Montalis were front and center in the first 3 episodes, but they haven't written anything in the back half yet. Like, and
the second half is like Akiva's deal.
Yeah. So I don't like. like you said, where the fuck are we going? What are we doing? And let's fucking get on with it. Come on already, Jesus. Um,
And you know what? I don't know, but I can't help but think like, it was there budget problems? Like, could they not secure enough
I
money
don't
for the
know.
season?
I have no idea.
Because okay, the party set, that's a real place you can set up and film at, and you wouldn't have to create a whole new thing, and
No,
you wouldn't do that anyway in a future set. You
no,
would just pretty much doll up an existing location.
no.
But we got to spend a whole episode here,
Ugh.
and it's a slog. It literally is like a soap opera where, yeah, I don't know if I I was forced to watch it when I was a kid, and it would be like this deal where like Monday, right? The characters in Salem in Days of Our Lives would be waking up and going about their day. It would always cut back and forth to different shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
They would be in the same day for like 2 fucking weeks
Oh,
on a show where it was like 5 days a week. I'm like, how are they in the same day? Like,
day.
and then it
Yeah,
would be Christmas, and then like their next day, like, oh, it's Christmas now. It's like,
yeah,
no, it's just you're still in January. I mean, you're still in July.
yeah. No, I would.
But yeah, it's weird.
I just want to because I forgot to say this in the rant that I just had a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I would like to say that the early writing in Picard, especially the way that they treated the audience early on, was way better than Discovery because Discovery does a horrible job with exposition. They just think that, oh, it's okay for Michael to tell us everything
Yeah.
and to not let us figure out anything on our own. But I really like how Picard dealt with exposition early on in the season. Um, um, yeah, but I am I'm
See,
still
the Picard set it up well. It's like we have a
right,
problem. We think we know it's the Borg, but we can't really say for sure. And
right.
then there's the debate about like, which they want peace. Should we trust them? It's like, that's
Yeah,
so fucking classic.
yeah.
And then it ends in an exciting way, but you're like, oh
It's
my god, it ends so
uh,
in such a trippy way. It's like, where's the story going now? Oh,
no,
this could be exciting.
no, not
No, it's
really.
not. It's not exciting.
Not really.
No,
No, but
sorry,
the
sorry,
other
not sorry.
thing. No, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
I'm looking for a line. I'm sorry. Just keep going ahead.
No, the other thing is that I don't understand why they're taking so fucking long to get going. Again, I don't like some bullshit. You could have just took look. All due respect to Brent Spiner, I love Brent Spiner, but he doesn't need to be here. Take him out and put Q in his place. That
He's
would
not
have been
that.
better.
He's a decent actor, but like, it's like he needs work, and we're gonna give him work, and he's a friend of the franchise.
Yeah, he is.
Fans will love it if he's playing another soon. It's like,
Yeah.
will they? I don't know.
No, not
There's
really.
a funny scene between Rafi and Rios where it's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to give character moments where the characters are just talking about things. For one thing, none of these people need to be there. Seven doesn't need to be there. Rafi,
No,
it's really weird how they need to all be there, but they're characters in the show, and it's not about realism. It's about whatever. But
whatever.
anyway, she's like, oh, Seven's happy and unhinged. She doesn't have the board game plans, and Seven's like laughing and talking with people. It's fine, whatever. But then she's like looking at Rio. She's like, "You're happy too." She seems to be kind of snooty about when people are happy. She's like, "I'm miserable. Why is everybody happy?"
Oh,
But
shut
anyway,
up. Oh, shut up.
but Rios is there like, he's like, you got a matchbook, right? Like, this
Yeah,
is where I'm like questioning
a
like
matchbook.
the ideas behind the dialogue. Like, why do you think people would say these things? So he's like, "Oh, it's a matchbook," and he's amused by it. And Raffi notices that he's happy, and she's like, "What is this whole thing that you're doing?" Like, and he's like, "Oh, the food and the cigars." He never like. By the way, they make it a point never to show him with a lit cigar. That's cool, whatever. But
Well,
he's like, "Oh, it's so great." And then He's like, there's music everywhere. And then she's like, you've been walking around with that big goofy smile on your face ever since you were locked up with that doctor. And then he smiles like all goofy and shit. He's like, did you know that she built that clinic from the ground up? The people in that community had nowhere to go till she got there. That's all fine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Nah,
setting up it's
that's
setting
fine.
up that he might want to stay there with him. And
That's
then he
fine.
goes and then she goes, Rios, don't you even think about going there. We're going there anyway, folks, because Picard is hurt. We know this at the beginning. So where's he gonna go? But here's the thing. There's a good line. I like it. It's coming up.
Okay.
Uh, she goes, I had laughed out loud at this line, but I had to say it word for word.
Yeah.
Rafi goes, you talk about how it's a bad idea to see the nurse. She goes, because when you meet somebody from a different century, the relationship is kind of built on lies. Now, this is an example, and I know I was like a very fucking roundabout way to get to that line. Very heavy handed way. Like, I don't mean to hammer it home, but that's a perfect example. I know I'm being such an asshole right now.
No, that's
That's a
fine.
perfect example of contemporary writing. It's
Writing.
like you better not think about going to that girl from the past because that will so not work out for you. Like it's that kind of like it's like
Is that kind
because because it's kind of a dangerous thing. It's like the simplistic fucking way of talking,
of?
and it's like you have this opportunity to have an interesting conversation, and all Rios has to say is, "Good doctor does good things for people. Matchbox, food, stuff," and she's like, "You're happy, yeah." It's like that's all it comes across as. Don't you think about Rios? Because like you're fooling around with a girl from the past. That's like a bunch of things that won't go good for you. And it's like nobody. For one thing, you shouldn't need to tell Rios any of this.
No, what
And another
for?
thing, as an audience member, I don't believe in these characters at all because
I
they're
don't
talking
care.
about non-interference and they're interfering at every
Everything.
opportunity. And if
Everything.
Q was aware of this, why would he send the whole fucking motley crew back
Yeah.
through the
No,
alternate
but
timeline?
no, but the thing about it is, again, look, I'm not gonna blame. Well, I am gonna blame them just a little bit because they're in charge of the writers' room. I'm gonna blame Akiba Goldsman and Terry Metalis a little bit, but
I'm so glad he got rid of the thumbs down on YouTube. By the way, anyway, go ahead.
yeah, but I am not gonna blame them for this episode because they didn't write this episode. Um, yeah, but I'm very, very interested to see if this story's gonna pick up or if we're just gonna fucking walk to the fucking finish line at this point.
Yeah, it's and we're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna keep it like 40 minutes
No,
or
and
so.
the other thing that a lot of reviewers are saying is that they keep talking about the butterfly effect, right? And I'm not gonna name these reviewers because I don't want to be disrespectful, but every time I watch one of these reviewers who keep talking about the butterfly effect, I'm like, who fucking cares? Do you think that they care about the butterfly effect? They don't give a shit about the butterfly effect. Who gives a flying fuck about the excuse me, hold on. Who
It's
gives a
enough to mention
flying
it. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah. Who gives a flying fuck about the butterfly effect? Because I will tell you exactly what's gonna happen. When they stop whatever Q's trying to do, they're gonna fix all this shit. So all of this shit won't matter at the end. It will mean nothing.
The magic fix it button, like
Yeah, the magic fix
do a
button.
single thing, no matter how you do it, no matter what the consequence, what the repercussions
Yeah,
are, and
yeah,
everything will just magically turn into everything good.
yeah. It's
You,
like the magic fix it button from Back to the Future.
you
Like
know how
yeah,
First Contact kind of like brushed the butterfly effect away
how
was
do you do
where
that?
Zephyr Cochrane is people are fanboying over him while they're
Yeah.
working on everything in his surrounding, and Barkley's like seriously fanboying on him, and
Mhm.
it makes him a bit nervous. Like, oh my god, I'm actually like truly a historical figure. These people from the future know me as like a very famous person,
Uh-huh.
and then Anyway, he runs off to the woods, and
Takes a
he,
leak.
he gets stunned. But before he goes, I don't want to be a statue. And
I don't
then
want to be
there's
a
a
statue.
great throwaway line. I mean, it's not a throwaway line, but it's a great way to just acknowledge the butterfly effect and dismiss it at the same time, and
Right, yeah,
tell the
yeah.
audience, we're not worried about it. You don't worry about it. As long as he makes the flight, everything's cool. And
Yeah.
Riker goes to Geordi, you told him about the statue?
And
it's like,
it's so great.
In other words, just keep it to a minimum.
Don't do
you know?
it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And even they know, they're like, okay, we're back here. We're already fucking with the timeline, but let's just keep it to a minimum. Let's not go crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what more I could say about this episode. Is that I thought my friend who watched it with me said it the best. This episode felt like a giant filler episode. This episode, if you watch Picard, when it's all said and done, you don't need to watch this episode, because this episode meant absolutely nothing.
Well, last time we talked about Picard, right? You didn't.
I was a positive one.
You were positive, and I was speculating that maybe like it was First Contact Day anyway, but the news of the TNG cast reuniting for season 3.
Yeah, we were talking
something
about,
that they kept secret for a long time. They could have kept secret for a few more weeks or even like months, even. But they were like,
"Oh no,
let's put it out now.
We need to tell them now."
Because you're talking about a filler episode, right? And your friend is right. It's a filler episode. I'm starting to think this is a filler season.
just to get to the end.
They fucking hooked me and they tricked me with the first few episodes. Like, this is gonna be fun, guys. We're gonna have some fun. And it's like, no, dark, depressing.
We're gonna fucking walk.
Astronauts don't want to fly to fucking Europa. Like, who cares? And by the way, the concept of the mission is like way too ambitious for even 2 years from now. I don't know what they were thinking there. You have fucking what's his name? You have Tony Stark, Spiner, Adam Soon, with his Tony Stark technology, his artificial daughters now, which is creepy as fuck. Like when she's going on I got to admit, there's a creep factor there when she's going in and like looking at all the videos.
Yeah,
and to think, at any point, this young girl, anytime her father was away, right? All the times he wasn't home, could have just walked in and. By the way, the files, she didn't even have to do anything. They were just there, like literally on the desktop part of the computer.
That's stupid.
And it's like, I don't. And this is where the soap opera element comes in. Because just think of it as a soap opera, like with the cheesy soap opera music during that scene. Just picture it. Dun, dun, dun. And that thing where people do in soap operas where if they're alone in the scene, they're narrating their own experience.
Yeah.
So she's like, click, click. What? I don't remember this picture. Click, click. I don't remember this. What's going on here? And like she's like
it's so stupid.
It's good though. At least it's more entertaining than season 1 in the sense that I can just
laugh, right?
It's like watching a car crash. You can't look away.
It's slow motion. It's like watching
slow motion is fucking right, like super slow motion.
I'm sorry. Oh,
and you know what the sad thing is? As much as it's making parts of season 1 look good in terms of pacing. Yes, I hated episode 5, but when you get into episode 6, maybe it'll pick up. I'm assuming this next episode is going to be about Picard's memories.
It fucking better pick up, or else I'm gonna jump on here or jump on somewhere else and.
Next episode, you're gonna see Alice Girardi in the streets with a red dress. A big gang of assimilated teenagers behind her, singing like, "We are strong, no one can tell us we're wrong." Singing some Pat Benatar. And it's gonna be a musical at the end, and Picard's gonna dance and sing, and the Borg's gonna sing too, and
oh my god,
it's gonna be a Seth MacFarlane wet dream.
By the way, just a small note on Seth MacFarlane. The Orville is awesome. Small little note.
You
Um,
know what I can't stand about the Orville?
what is that?
The fact that
It's
it's a
better than
decent
current
enough
Star
show
Trek.
where a lot of people dig it, but it's like, oh, you like that? You must fucking you.
Mm.
That's a name. It's like you must hate Star Trek, or
No,
it's
that's
like
not. That's not.
I had somebody on Twitter, I won't say who was like, "Ha ha, your show's not getting renewed." I'm like, why are you? What's with the attitude about? And it was
Yeah.
talking about the Orville may not get a season 4 or something. I was like,
Oh no, it'll. No, it'll.
and then I was like, why is it that somebody who likes the Orville has to hate Star Trek and vice versa?
No,
What is that
excuse
like
me.
divide?
Yeah.
And you know what? And these people say, well, it's great. It's so much better. I'm like, well, it depends a lot on the legacy of the Next Generation. It really does borrow a
It
lot from
does.
that. It literally
Yeah.
straight up steals an idea from the original series, which
Yeah.
it's so blatant you can't really
No,
you
but
can kind of excuse it as homage. And you know
mhm.
what? It's still a fucking entertaining show.
Yeah, it is.
It's bubblegum, it's popcorn sci-fi
Yeah.
that you don't really have to think too much about. It has some interesting concepts here and there. Yes, it is very TNG-ish,
Oh
but
yeah, for
in
sure.
the same way as the show moves on, it
It's
becomes more and
growing.
more its own thing.
Hmm.
And the fact that they've made such an effort to do that, even the opening, they had some preview of season 3 where it's like this very heavy special effects
Battle
heavy
theme.
tracking shot battle scene,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow, this looks like the movie version of the
It,
Orville. You know what I mean?
it looks so
And still,
great.
people were like, "It fucking sucks." I'm
Dude, what the
like,
hell?
like you haven't watched it. I know people who haven't watched it and say it sucks. I'm
That's
saying,
stupid.
you see, I saw half one episode. It's rip off.
Um,
And it's more like it's more about the idea, or the idea of like people who like this are a certain type of people. It's like, no,
no, I mean,
a lot of different people like the Orville. Just to break it to you,
I,
I don't know what I'm complaining about. I'm getting
no, I
pissy over
mean,
nothing.
no, but no, I mean, look, look, I love the Orville. I adore the Orville, but guess what, people? Guess what? And this is a newsflash. Guess what? I love current Star Trek as well. Call the police. This is impossible. No, it's not. Because guess what, people? We have a big brain. We can love two things at one time. It's not a new concept. Learn it. Love it. Uh, like,
Remember, it was not too long ago that Star Wars and Star Trek fans were apparently on the surface, but really secretly, it wasn't the case.
right.
Completely separate groups of people,
Yeah, yeah.
and one couldn't converse with the other, and if you liked one, you had to hate the other. I know
That's
people who hate
ridiculous.
Star Wars, who love Star Trek, and it has nothing to do with because they like one thing, they hate the other. It's like
Yeah.
Star Wars doesn't
Yeah.
work for
I
them.
mean,
Star Trek
yeah,
doesn't work for a hell of a lot of fucking people. That's why I think
yeah.
Chris Pine was right when he said you shouldn't be trying to chase the Marvel dollars. Keep it
No, you shouldn't
niche.
have to. Yeah.
Chris Pine should
No.
fucking give Chris Pine the ability to write a script and direct, because he said, like, in just one paragraph. By the way, I'm talking about when Chris Pine said, basically in paraphrasing, the franchise shouldn't chase after the Marvel dollars. It shouldn't try to make billions. He said if
Mhm.
it could make like half a billion, that would be a thing, like,
That'd be
a
good.
good thing.
Yeah.
That's smart,
No,
man.
but yeah, no, but the other
JJ
thing,
wouldn't
the
say
other
that. Sorry.
Mm-mm. No, no, that's okay. I mean, look. I think that Chris Pine is on the right track there because Trek has never been a property that will be as big as Marvel or DC or what have you. Trek has always been this small little geek thing that could, right? And why can't it just be that? Why does it have to be bigger than what it is? It doesn't have to be like that.
My fear is
Um,
that when you're seeing the producers and stuff approve episodes like 4, 5, and 6 of Picard season 2, especially episode 6, and kind of look at it with a smile and say, "This is good. This is good, guys,"
no, it's not.
and kind of be okay with that level of storytelling and quality. That
Um,
worries me, because then they're like, "Well, season 3, we got the TNG crew cast
no,
back," and
I
I'm like,
mean,
"Oh God, I have like
no,
little to no faith." It
no, I
dampens
mean,
the excitement. I mean,
no, I mean, look, these episodes, look, I've
I'm
had
so sad.
problems with Yeah, I've had problems with these last 3 episodes, but these 3 episodes have not killed my enthusiasm for what Akiva and Terry Metalis are gonna do next season. I think that the best season of Picard is yet to come. That's what I think. Um, uh, yeah,
It's like yeah, we got stuff on now, and we're watching, but it's it's becoming such a habit for me personally to have that feeling of, well, something else is coming, something around the corner. It's like
something's
I want
coming.
to I want to like what I'm seeing. Like I want that feeling when I was watching season 1 episode or season 2
Mm,
episode 1.
yeah. No, but
And
look. Just to sort of give you hope. Next week's episode could be great. We could hop on here next week, and we could love episode number 7. It could happen. It could happen.
I suppose anything's possible.
Yeah. It could happen. So, but what I'm trying to say is here, you can't lose all hope. Not yet. I mean, look. I mean, hey, we survived season 1, and if we can survive season 1, we can survive anything. Because season,
Yeah,
because
well,
season, because season one,
season 1 was brilliant. I don't know why it didn't get all those Emmys.
yeah, no, because season 1 was being like it was like being interrogated by a Cardassian with lights in front of our faces. Yeah.
It's
So,
kind of like that because it's like the creators saying, "This is good streaming content. This is good streaming content." And it's like, it is not. It is bad.
it
No,
is
no, no, no. It is
bad.
good. And then like they torture you some more. It's
Yeah.
like feed it in your head. It's like, well, if you don't like season 1, we're gonna give you season 2, and it's gonna be the same thing. And then you're gonna love it, buddy, and you're gonna beg for more. I was like, no, I'm not.
No, we're
I'm
not.
not a sadist like you, Akiva or
Right.
Kurtzman. No, I'm joking.
Right. No, it's
I,
fine.
well, you got to admit, most of these, just off the record. I know we're live, but off the record,
Uh,
most of these producers and stuff, they're into some fucking kinky, fucking sadistic shit, man. You know,
yeah.
they're into
Probably.
some like Knights Templar fucking shit, man. Like
Yeah.
Illuminati spanking kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is why they don't care about like the minutia of like everything we're complaining about. They're like,
The
it's all
minutia.
money,
It's all-
content, quality. What's that?
What the hell is that?
And
Oh my god, that's funny.
I fear for the fact that the amount of subpar stuff will outweigh like
The
all the
good
good
stuff.
work that a lot of these people are doing throughout the franchise, which they
Yeah,
are. I'm not
they are.
denying that at all. It's
No,
just
no, they're doing some
it's
really good work.
sometimes when you put all the things together and you don't have the people at the top saying, you know what, this
That,
thing's not going good. We need to do it course
change it.
correction,
Do it again.
change it. I
Yeah,
mean,
no.
it
I
might work out if you watch it all the way through. Like if there was the 10 episodes you had at your
yeah,
disposal, but it's
yeah,
not
but
that way. It's weekly and it's frustrating.
I have no desire to ever watch this episode again. So even when I buy it on digital because I'm a Star Trek sheep.
Purist.
Even when
Well,
sheep.
in
So
terms of physical
yeah,
media,
yeah. No, but I don't. I buy Picard on digital. The only new Star Trek that I buy on physical media is Discovery. Um, for some weird reason.
oh, Discovery,
Uh,
wasn't that a good season, or was it? Or was it just not as bad?
it was not as bad.
I'm having such
Oh.
fond memories of Discovery now. I'm like, when's that show come back? At least we have
Oh,
Strange New Worlds, and
yes. The see,
I'll either be happy or sad about that.
yes. Yes. That is what listen, that is what is going to carry us through this shit if it doesn't pick up. We need to think if next week is bad, we need to think, okay, just how many more until we get to Strange New Worlds? How many more? How many more?
Yeah, it's like, am I a part of a sadistic club where it's like, give you something good and give you something crap, and then you're gonna have to wait for the good stuff again? It's like, here's a
Yeah,
little
no,
taste of the good stuff again, followed by 2-3
shit
more episodes of I
of shit.
guess. So and then at the end of those meh episodes, we're gonna get something really bad to get you really fucking angry, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, "Rah," and then we're gonna have a new show, another show come out, like Lower
It's
Decks
good.
comes back and like blows your mind like with a fucking good episode, and you're like,
Yeah.
what kind of relationship am I in?
Yeah.
Like,
You know, No, you know what new
crazy.
Star Trek is to a lot of people. New Star Trek is like a really hot, abusive girlfriend or abusive partner
Mm.
who sometimes gives you the best sex of your life, but other times holds it from you and holds it over your head and says, "Okay, you think that was amazing? Well, if you want more, you have to do this for me, or you have to sit and do this for me."
Oh
So
yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's like, but I was thinking
yeah,
more along the lines of like, you know, dim nights, dim Illuminati type acts where they got somebody like
yeah,
tied up and stuff, and like, you
yeah.
want it up your thing, don't you? And like, yes, master. It's like
Look
we're gonna make content that's like this, where the fans are like, more Matt, like please.
more.
I know it's like I know a lot of it's not very good,
But I want more.
but can you give me some of the good stuff, like to make to tide me
Some of the
over?
good stuff.
It's I know I'm making it
No,
sound like some weird
no,
like
it's fine.
drug
No,
like a relationship with like a an addictive drug or something, but no,
yeah, no,
we're
it's
being
fine.
very fucking hyperbolic.
It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, just to
we're
make
only
it,
gonna get too
yeah,
dark.
yeah, just to make it clear to the audience, we're being funny.
Just to be
We are,
clear, I have no
yeah,
idea if Akiva Goldsman, Michael Shaba, and Alex Kurtzman are into sadomasochistic
no.
sexual acts, and that is
Well,
perfectly okay within the consent
that's fine.
of
Of
mature
adults, that's
adults.
fine. That's fine.
I'm just saying, don't bleed that over into your content.
No,
Fucking
but
eye violence. What are they
yeah,
doing behind the scenes? Is so obsessed with eye violence.
but
Yeah,
I was just about to say that they have a thing for eye violence, cause yeah,
because it gets the juices flowing, if you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
in their little cult. You know,
And the little
they're probably naked by a fire right now, going, you know, like
oh my god,
conjuring the spirits of this fucking Satan or something.
yeah, oh my god. all I see now is a Akiva Goldsman by a fire with like a book, you know.
It's like we will torture the fans for years to come.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
All right.
You know,
Well, we're
but
gonna
I.
we
All right, you want to wrap up?
we could. Well, I have to go in 5 minutes, but yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna give you the last word. Give your final thoughts.
Okay. Well, my final thoughts.
You've
no
given
joking
several final thoughts so far. Let's
Yeah.
hear another one.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
My final thoughts. No joking aside, the only thing that worked for me in this episode was the Girardi and Boar Queen stuff,
Yeah.
and I kind of liked the flashback things, but I didn't like the way that they showed it to us. But I just want to say one more thought. I just want to say that I thought that this episode was highly boring and unnecessary, and I thought it was pretty bad. Like before I came on here, I was going to give it 1 grade, but now sitting here and talking about it for almost an hour, I'm going to take 1 point off.
Well,
Um,
we don't. Well, we don't have to score movies here, but I don't know what you're talking about because I thought it was brilliant.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely 100% masterpiece. That's called
Mesmerizing.
sarcasm. Yeah,
Yeah, sarcasm.
sarcasm.
Yeah.
I'm a sarcastic son of a bitch.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, we've said all we had to say about that.
Yeah, we did.
Plus more. Plus some very dark secrets about the Illuminati. I love
That's
joking
fine.
about that stuff. The lizard people that
lizard-
run
the
that
lizard
control the queen.
Dude, no,
They
but
control the
thing is,
queen and their.
What about what about the alligator people in the sewers?
No, I'm talking about the Anunnaki, the
Yeah.
six-dimensional beings that actually control all of the world's governments.
Oh my god, Jesus! Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Why doesn't Star Trek ever acknowledge that?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh,
I know. Well, I know. I'm not friends, but I know people, and my cousin was like dating one of them.
Oh.
They're billionaire types. They are actually
Mhm.
technically I wouldn't say billion, maybe multimillionaire, but they own a local television station. Anyway, they invited this guy David Icke. His name is. He's a British guy. He used to be a soccer player who was like the guy on Six Dimensional Lizard People and the Queen and stuff. And he says absurd things like, "Have you seen Harry? Have you seen Diana? That's definitely not her. Like she didn't give birth to her son. Like it's like those kind of conspiracy theorists about like it's like
those movies.
you have me intrigued with the six dimensional lizard people who control the world, but you lose me when you talk about like the gossip about the royal family and who they're sleep. Like you once you're one of those people, I'm like, oh, you have no credibility.
No.
Because the royal family fuckers are just stupid people like the rest of us, and they care about who they sleep with and who fathered who.
Yeah, who cares?
You expect me to believe your lizard theory?
No, but who cares about that?
I'm joking.
That's fine.
I'm off the rails here, man.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry. We're gonna end this right now.
Right,
This madness has to end. I'm so giddy. I'm actually lightheaded.
Yeah, it does. It has to end.
It has an effect on me. All right. See you later, folks.
See you later.